Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. I would like to thank you for coming and visiting with me today. As you can tell by the thumbnail, we are doing some, I guess it's called freestanding lace. I am going to show you how I made this. I need a dark background so you can see it. But I'm going to show you how I made this. If you are a beginning embroiderer and you just want to start slow, I guess I need to back up and kind of tell you. If you are new to embroidery, start small and then work your way up. That way you know your machine. The machine I am using is the B790 Pro. It is my sewing machine. It does have an embroidery module on it that I will be using, and I will show you how I use it. So let's start with basics. For the freestanding lace ornament, you will need to use the same color bobbin as you do thread. I am going to use a red so you can see it really well. On my machine, what I have to do, I'm going to go on and put my bobbin in. Well, I'm trying to put my bobbin in without putting it in its housing, the bobbin casing. And you need to make sure to have a full bobbin. For the Bernina B790 Pro, they do have a larger bobbin than most machines. So I had to stop and refill my bobbin on this one here. I have been commissioned already to make 10 of these in white. This that I'm using is Dove Gray. But the thread that I use is a 40 weight rayon embroidery thread. This one here I did as a sample for you because my commission pieces will be in white, like bright white. I'm waiting on that thread to come in because I did run out on it on that 'Tis the Season that y'all saw actually today. I had some people that kind of expressed, how they're scared to do this. So I'm going to break it down very easy for you. Start simple. 40 weight. Some patterns do call for 30 weight. I'm using a 40 weight rayon thread. The one that I'm using is by Sulky. You will do the same color bobbin. Make sure it is a full bobbin. To do the freestanding lace, I am using a water-soluble or a wash-away stabilizer. I have put it in my frame here. I am using my larger frame because this design is a little bit bigger than my other frame. My other frame is like a 4x6, and then this is the next size up. And the pattern that I'm doing, I think, is about 5 inches. Let me see how wide this is on my table from the widest. Yeah, it's 4.5 inches. So I do have, like I said, I have some of these commissioned. I will load these up on eBay once I have my commission pieces done, because it's according to how many we do as to how long it takes, because this project takes about an hour to do. We are doing the one color, so there is no color change out. So let's get started. Let me tell you what I'm using and everything we need. I don't want to miss anything. And I will bring you around so you can see the machine. Threads, Sulky 40 weight. Let me get I am using the Bernina embroidery stabilizer. It says wash away. There are several different brands. Sulky has a brand. I think it's called Valine has a brand. There are several different. Just look for a wash away stabilizer. And I'm making sure I have nothing else to tell you about. To do this, you will need a bowl of water, a washcloth or something, because after you finish doing this, you will put it in a bowl of water and that stabilizer will dissolve. Once that stabilizer has dissolved, you will take it to your ironing board. You will put a rag over the top of it, or a pressing rag, just to start getting the water out. Now, when I got it almost dry, it was not getting any drier with that rag on it. I took the rag off. This right here that I did my sample in, I did it with 100% cotton. So I just put my iron straight on it so it would dry out. And as you can see, it's a beautiful ornament. So I do want to show y'all how to do this. So 1 second, and I will have you pulled over here around behind my machine so you can see everything. And you can see right here, we have our snowflake. It is a DST pattern. It takes 56 minutes to make this. So what we are going to do, I already have my red thread in the machine. So now our first step is we have to load our hoops. Now the Bernina has a different locking system than I've seen with my brothers that I had. And you'll see here that I put that in. My machine can read this hoop. It knows that it's in that large oval hoop. So what we want to do is press this button. When you press that red button, it carries you to that start. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little mark that shows you that's your starting point. When you double press or hold this green flashing button down, it is going to start the whole thing. Now, see, now it tells you it's 68 minutes to complete this project. So what I'm going to do is get this started so you can watch the whole process. I'm going to try to turn you down on the hoop so you can see exactly how it does. I will speed you up so you're not having to watch for a whole hour. One of the other things before I start, with the Bernina, you are to lower your feed dogs. You have a special presser foot, and you have an embroidery foot also to put on your machine. Now, the module connects in at the end, the left end of it. So, let's just get it started. The first thing it's going to do, I am doing this in red so you can see it. It's going to do the base line around the piece. If you want to pause it, all you have to do is hit that button again. I am pausing it because I do want to take this leader string and trim it. Then I hit it again, and it'll start back over. Now that we have this completed, what I am going to do, I just pressed my completion flag. Looks like a race flag. And y'all see this on our hoop. What I'm going to do is just loosen my hoop. I take my washable stabilizer out and I just go on and put my hoop back together, because I will lose them if I don't. I'll end up with the hoop and not the inside piece. Now this is just for washable stabilizer. You can do fabrics and things like that, but that'll be a different one. So I have this here. What I'm going to do, I'm taking my scissors. I don't have to do this. I could put the whole thing down in water, but I would rather, I have my bowl of water right here beside me, and I just trim this out in a circle. I discard that other. So I have my, it's in a circle. I just put it down in the water, and that stabilizer will dissolve off of it. I have a rag here that I will put my ornament on to put it over on my pressing station to press it out. And I will bring you right back once I have that completely pressed out. I do want to show you what the stabilizer does, because it's all dissolving right now. It's almost off of there. But if you touch it, it's actually kind of like jelly. So I'm going to swish that around in there, make sure all of that is off. It's still got a little bit more in there. Okay, so it is off of there now. So you will see it is completed here. I'm laying it on this rag. The rag just kind of helps get the water out of it. So when you're pressing, it will help it. So one moment and I'll be right back with the pressed snowflake. Okay, here is the red ornament right here. I was hoping, the reason I kept you guys going so long, I was hoping I had either a bobbin run out or a thread break so I could show you what to do. On the Bernina, if you have a thread break, just turn it to the back. Turn it left. Turn your bottom knob to the left. One click. It will carry you back so many stitches. And let it start from there again. But, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is our cute little red snowflake. I know it's hard to see right there. Let me see if this helps. There you go. See our cute little red snowflake. This measures, let me get it on a measuring thing here. I tried measuring it earlier, but it measures just a little more than 4.5. So I'm going to say 4.5 by 4.5. You could put a little piece of ribbon here for that ornament to hang with. You know, a little 1/4 inch satin ribbon, and that would be beautiful. That is what I am doing with most of the ones that I am making. The 10 that I've been commissioned for already are white. And what I'm doing is putting a 1/4 inch satin red ribbon on them. If you don't have any thread issues at all, you will only have 2 threads to trim off the back. And y'all, that's the back. The back looks just as good as the front. This is an absolutely beautiful ornament. And if you want to go minimal, I have a lot of people that have asked me to make different types of ornaments. And most of them are just hanging these on their tree with lights. So I don't think 10 would cover my tree, but you know, it may cover somebody else's. Maybe somebody's got a pencil tree and they're able to put 10 of these on there, and that's all they need. That's plenty. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not yet, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment. If you have questions about embroidery, I am not a pro at it, but feel free. My email address is down in the description. You can email me and ask me any question that you may have. I have a lot of viewers that do email me, so please, if I don't get back to you that day or the next day, just know that I do look at my emails twice a day. Just so I can respond, but sometimes it takes me a little while. Some things have a little more detail that I have to look into, but I do not mind answering questions. I am not a pro at this, but I love crafting, so I try to learn everything I can about everything I do. So thank you so much for coming and visiting with me today. I hope this has inspired you, and those of you that put comments in my video from today earlier, just know that it is overwhelming, but start real slow. Don't get overwhelmed. Start real slow. Do one color and a wash away stabilizer. That way you don't have to worry about cutting anything, except for the stabilizer if you want to trim it down before you put it in a bowl. My bowl is only this big, so I didn't want to try to put that whole stabilizer and then have a wet mess to clean up. So thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.